What's up, guys? Welcome back to the bianconerizonechannel. We're a bit late because I'm sick, so as you can see, and as you probably will hear during the live, I'm a bit sick, so apologies for that, but we're live. We didn't do it yesterday for the same reason. I'm sick, so I wasn't doing well. So we're doing it today, which maybe is better, because if we did it yesterday, we would have a different lineup compared to what it's actually gonna be, most likely. So yeah, with me today is Davide. How are you doing?
Hey, good, thanks. Good morning. How are you? Or I guess still good afternoon for you.
Yeah, it's been an awful morning for me. It's awful,
It's too
but
bad.
it will get better if they win. Otherwise,
I
it's the
told the
worst.
chat as we are waiting. I told the chat to be easy on you, but I don't think they're on board for that.
Yeah, I don't care about the chat. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, preview. Yeah, never mind. It's okay. Preview. For the Sassuolo game. We will talk about what the Lake said a bit. We go into the lineup and stuff like that. But we'll first of all start off with this weekend's results. Fiorentina, they lost away to Salernitana. I think nobody really expected that. It's a big result for us because they had a game in hand. Imagine they win that. I think it's this week they have the game in hand, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's they all play on Wednesday, the three
Okay,
matches.
okay, so yeah. So imagine if they won that and the game in hand. Even if we won today, it was 4 points. Like it's the pressure is on. So they lost, and then Roma lost away to Inter. Lazio lost at home against Milan. If you win today, like you cannot not win today. Basically, like it's a gift, another gift. Basically, like it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's like it won't get easier now. They all drop points. If you win today, I won't say it's wrapped up, but like you need to do some weird things to mess it up at this point. No.
Yeah, and you put pressure on Napoli as well. I still predicted third place, so
Yeah,
if we
you
win
did.
today, we're within a point now.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
yep.
you did.
I mean, and you know what Napoli is doing at the end of every season, really, in recent years, just falling apart. So, I mean,
Yeah.
let's go for third. I'm still on board for that. I'm still on the train.
Now, now that you said that, like, let's go for third. I tweeted out. People were coming at me. I said like second, third, or fourth. I don't really care. I know it's a bit more money. It's not a lot. People think it's 10 million. It's a few millions.
Yeah, it's
Like
like,
it's not.
2 million or something.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4. Like it's not a lot. And people are saying, "Oh, but we need the money." I'm like, the 2 million, we're less or more. It's not gonna be the difference. Believe me. Like
It
we
helps,
don't
but
have.
no, it just
It helps. We don't have a lot of money, but that's not gonna be the reason. We're not gonna get, let's say, Anthony. Ajax are saying 40, and we said, oh, 38. We don't have 2 million. It's not gonna be that.
no.
So people need to relax. But I tweeted out like I don't have that. Like you predicted third, so I know why you want us to get third because you're right then. Like if we finish second, third, or fourth after the season we had, I'm like, it's the
Doesn't
same.
matter.
It's the same.
No.
Like the feeling is it was an awful season, and that's not gonna change by finishing second. Like it
No,
maybe.
and if we finish second, it just proves how bad the rest of the teams were, though.
I
And
agree.
that's not good either. That's bad on the league.
Yeah, we're not finishing second, but let's say even third. Like I'm just. How do you want to say that? I'm like more scared of just getting top four at this point because
You just want it. You want it cut and dusted.
yeah, I want it done and dust because especially when we have Lazio and Fiorentina in the last game, it needs to be wrapped up. By then,
Yeah, those are
you wrap it
scary.
up by winning the next 3 games. That's Sassuolo, Venezia, and Genoa. You win, you're in, most
Yeah,
likely.
it's done. Yeah,
You're
there's
in.
not
I
much
think
more
you're
about it.
in. I think you're in if you win the next 3, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Like I'm confused. I'm not really looking at the points. I think Fiorentina are 7 behind us now, right? With a game in hand.
So
So
Roma's still in fifth. They were 5 points up on them. So, I mean, no, we would still have to at least draw,
no,
like win 3 and draw to
yeah,
secure
but
it.
it's 5 points now. We have a game in hand today.
Oh, right, yes, with the game in
So
hand. And
win the next
Fiorentina
3.
Yeah.
Win the next 3 and you're in. Even if Fiorentina win their game in hand, it's 7
Yeah.
points. Like so, win the next
correct.
3, you're in. I'm saying it like it's easy, but it isn't. Like we dropped points against Bologna, and that was one of the easiest game on the schedule with probably Venezia at home. So it sounds easy, but it won't be easy, especially today, starting today. And we will go into the lineups and the quotes. Sava is saying, I saw Allegri calm. Do you agree? He was calm. I have the quotes, but I cannot put it out of the screen for some weird camera issues. But I think I know them off the top of my head. Basically, he was protecting Rabiot. Saying he can give a lot for many years to come. Some what people want to hear, I expect. Because I think now the more time goes past, I think he's gonna stay, and at some point, I think he will get a new deal, or they will offer him a new deal. Not saying he's gonna accept it, because we're not offering 7 million again. That's not what we're gonna do. But I don't think he's gonna leave. The way he speaks about him is, it's like his son. Like, I'm not gonna. It's like his son.
Him and Destilio. They're
Yeah, they're a weird family.
Can't get rid of them.
No. So we did that. Then he had some bad news saying Locatelli's season is most likely done. So not even a Coppa Italia final. He's done. He said McKennie is back. Like, he's starting running again. Maybe he will be ready for the Coppa Italia, but it's a big maybe, you know. Arthur, he said this week he's expected to be back in training, not completely, so that's that. Danilo is not 100% fit, and that's kind of it, you know. Injury wise, all the rest we know who's not fit, who's not there. So yeah, that's basically all he said. He talked about the season, like the general stuff, like you know, nothing special. You know, he bigged up Fiorentina. He jinxed them, I think. He's talked about his schedule again, and they lost. So yeah, that's that basically. Nothing special. But I will ask you. I will ask you about Rabiot, because like Cuadrado's injured now, and
yeah,
we should have known. We should have known by today what he had, but like no report has came out. But going off
muscle strain, I think I read.
Yeah, I would say going off previous muscle strains, he might be done for the season at this point. Like, he will be back for the last 3 games, maybe. That's already a stretch. If it's a really muscle strain with us at Juve, you know what it is. That's a big loss.
Well, they use and abuse him.
Who?
And he's old. Cuadrado, right? Like all these guys, they use and abuse him. And that's Rabiot's saving grace, is he just doesn't get injured. That's why he's still making the starting 11. No matter who's in the lineup, he's just there. And that's our conundrum now, isn't it? Because we don't want him to be there every week, but just the fact that he is enough to warrant what Allegri's saying now.
So yeah, that like Rabiot is, it's actually unbelievable. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's unbelievable. He never gets injured. Like, never.
No. And if he does, what? He gets a muscle pull for a game? Whatever? Something like that?
Yeah. Something like that. Nothing more, nothing less. That's what he gets. It's actually insane. One sec. Can you keep the chat going? Someone's at the door ringing. So I need to open it up. I will be right back. One sec.
All right. Throw me on the spot then. All right. Let's look at the chat then. What do we got going? Oh, it's going. Let's start at the top. So Justin Sofro, we'll start with him. He's at work right now. I don't know if he actually does work, but he's always in here trashing us. So we'll just move on from there. Okay, Edgar Mula. Who do we prefer, Di Maria or Icardi? I think I can speak on behalf of Ale here that you'd say no to Icardi right off the bat. I mean, they're slightly different profiles too, aren't they? Because they got one more of a central striker, another guy on the winger. We need the winger right now. That's why we're looking at Di Maria. You know, if we didn't have Vlahovic, if we were still trying to plug a hole there, maybe we'd want to look at Icardi. But I prefer Di Maria. All right. Yeah, Anas just confirmed we need 3 wins. The math did work out when I looked at that a little closer. Savas agreeing with Di Maria. And Andrew Finn, could you elaborate there. Muscle strain in the left abductor. Is that Quadrado you're talking about, or are we going on about somebody else? All right, throw some more comments here so we can keep this going, because I don't want to move too far ahead without Ale. Let's also get your opinions on Sassuolo. What are our predictions, your guys' predictions for this week? Because we're gonna certainly get them out there, but let's get yours ahead of time because he's already gonna ask. Okay, and Andrew's confirming that is for Quadrado. So muscle strain in the left abductor. So, yeah, I mean a strain. What does that really mean? If it's enough to take him out.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay, he's back. Just in time. Perfect. We went through all the chat topics.
Yeah, I heard. Like, I might use and on.
Justin's making fun of my Canadian accent now.
Yeah, Justin needs to go back to work. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. But yeah, I heard what you're saying. And someone was talking about Quadrado. Did the medical report came out? Because I don't have...
left abductor is what Andrew Finnan's saying.
Yeah, but no time of recovery. No, nothing. Yeah, and also I see Jockey in the chat. You became a member. Thanks for that. But if you want to join the Discord group, you need to DM me on Twitter if you don't find the link. Because that's basically the whole point of becoming a member. Unless you don't want and just want to support the channel, that's fine by me, you know. But yeah, okay, you talked about Sassuolo. We will talk about Sassuolo a bit, you know. Also, now talking about Sassuolo, Tudor, the coach of Verona, just yesterday, he went off in his presser. He was asked about, are you, like how do you feel and stuff like that? You're overperforming or stuff like that. And he got angry. He was like, we're 3 points above Sassuolo and you're talking about those players being worth 50, 100 million. When are you talking about us? And that made me think, because
it's good.
Before that, I made the graphics for Justin, for the daily, and it talks about Fratesi, and the prices were 30 mil. I'm like, he's right. Like, he's absolutely right. Like, there's a myth that all Sassuolo players are good or special. Like, that's a myth. But that being said, they have a good squad, and they're in a different position than they should be, in my opinion. Like, with their squad, they should have been doing better this season. But they lost the Serbi, that's a big loss, and they lost Locatelli. So that's a big one. But that front three of them,
oh yeah,
they're gonna cause us problems, right? No.
Oh yeah.
Because, and that's my main issue. Like the biggest issue I have for tonight is, can we overcome that front three? And I'm not saying it's Messi, Neymar, and Suarez, you know, but
no.
They're dangerous. Like, they're more dangerous than Bologna. They are.
Well, we were linked with 2 of those forwards. Still linked with one of them. Well, actually, even Berardi we were linked with. We were linked with every single one of those guys, and their midfield. We already have Locatelli. We were linked with Fratesi. So, like, 2/3 of the pitch is basically a team that Juventus wants, in some capacity. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
So, why would we not be afraid of that to some degree?
We should. Like, we shouldn't be disrespecting. And Jockey's saying, I'm in the Discord. I'm confused. Who became a member last week? Or at the end of this week? Of the end of this next week? It was on when did we? Saturday. Someone became a member on Saturday. I thought it was you. I don't know. I'm confused. But yeah, if you're in, that's good. I'm confused. Somebody asked Caio Jorge. Yeah, he will be loaned out next season. But in January, he needs to recover from his big injury. But I don't think he has a future at the club. It is what it is. We will go into the predicted lineup. I'll put that on the screen really quickly. It looks a bit messy because the camera angles are not working today for some reason. But yeah, this is the predicted lineup. I'm confused when I saw it, and I will tell you why. So it's Chesney, it's De Sciglio, De Ligt, Bonucci, Pellegrini, then it's Danilo, Zaccaria, Rabiot, Bernardeschi, and up top it's Morata and Dybala. So I will ask you the first thing, and everybody will talk about it. It's Vlahovic. He is playing a lot. He's playing every game almost. Like, he rested one game in the Coppa Italia. I don't know when. No, it wasn't the Coppa Italia. He started one game on the bench. I'm pretty sure of that. I
Yeah, he
think
did a few weeks ago.
one. So he's playing a lot. I get that, but I tweeted out and it was a question. I was like, I get that he needs a rest at some point, but surely Venezia at home is a better game for him to rest than Sassuolo away. Am I wrong? Or
No, no, I don't think you're wrong there. Yeah, but it's a leg got whatever. It's an allegoryism. That's what we're going with right now. It's not going to make sense, and it's either going to flop on him or we're going to call it tactical genius.
yeah, like if it at the end of the game, if he wins, he wins. But like at this point, I'm confused.
That being said, we should not be concerned with either one of those starters. You know, like they should do the job for us.
Yeah, if Dybala shows up, which I don't think he really did. Now,
Yeah,
people can say his mind is somewhere else. I get that. Maybe I will be the same, you know. But a lot will depend on him today. Like if he doesn't show up today, that lineup looks kinda iffy in terms of we're not gonna create a lot. He needs to show up. Usually,
and you know as well, Dybala doesn't have a full 90 in him, so
yeah, that's a weird thing.
it's
I
going to
don't
look ugly at first because Dybala and Murata both want to play kind of as a secondary role. Murata's going to be probably forced into the primary role, do crap at it. Then Vlahovic will come in for Dybala, and things will work out. But it's going to be 50 minutes left in the game, and it won't be enough to do anything.
Yeah, it's actually a weird one. This one because, and I know he's one yellow card away from getting a suspension. I'm like, even more reasons to play him today, you know. And if he gets suspended, he missed Venezia, and people say, "Oh, Venezia at home, Venezia's not easy. They're fighting relegation." I know, but I don't care. Like they're fighting relegation for a reason.
Yeah.
They're fighting relegation for a reason.
Yeah, Venezia is not a good team. Sassuolo is a respectable team.
Yeah, and Sassuolo have nothing to lose, so they're going for it today. They have absolutely nothing to lose. Like they're not going down, they're not going into Europe. They're just gonna go at it. Like they don't care. They're not gonna sit back. Venezia, they're coming to sit back for 1 point. If they take it, they take it. You know.
Yeah.
Genoa away. I think that's the most difficult game out of the schedule. I don't know why, but I hate Genoa away.
Yeah, no, that's something about that stadium is it always bogs us down. Those teams like Genoa, Bologna, those like secondary cities, for whatever reason, we just don't do well on them.
Yeah, and just to say we drop points away to Venezia. Yeah, like away from home, I understand that, but at home, there are no excuses. Like they're not a good team. Like they're not. They played at the beginning of the season. They played some good football, but they were wide open. And dropping points to them back then. I still don't understand how we did it. I don't know how we managed to do that. It's still unbelievable, but we managed to do it.
And we have to remember we were actually a worse team at the beginning of the season. It's hard to believe because we're not super good right now, but yeah, those first few weeks, couple months, whatever, it was really bad. So
yeah, and Edgar saying has this been confirmed? Like nothing is confirmed until 1 hour before kickoff, but all reports are saying he's getting a rest. You know, all good reports are saying he's getting a rest. But let's see. It's Allegri. You never know. The weird thing also is Danilo. Like he was not fit. And he's playing again in midfield, but he's not fit. Apparently, he skipped parts of training this week a couple of times because he was not fit. So that's a weird one, in my opinion. You know, because I'm kind of surprised.
He refuses to play any of the young guys. So like,
yeah, but also that he's actually playing. I'm confused. Like if he's not fit, he's actually playing. That's actually weird. You know, just play Zakaria Rabiot. You know, switch up your formation and play Vlahovic. I don't know. Maybe it's a big deal being made out of nothing in terms of he's not fit. Maybe he's just fine. I don't know. Let's see. But this is our lineup. Okay, looking at those names, like, I'm not excited. I'm not gonna lie. Scilio, Pellegrini on the wing, Danilo midfield, Bernardeschi on the right, Rabiot on the left. Like it's not something to be excited about. Like not at all, because if Dybala doesn't show up, that's my main issue. I don't know how we are going to create once again. I don't. Unless Sassuolo are going to play wide open. And like the chances will just come because they're wide open, you know.
Well,
because it's
isn't
easy.
that's their only chance of winning the game? So it comes down to Sassuolo's tactics. Are they just going to try to hold and just, I don't know, try to contain, or are they just going to use what they have, which is their
Yeah,
offense, open the
yeah.
game up? And I mean, they'll just try to outscore us, knowing that. I mean, we can get a couple goals, but what if they get 3?
Yeah, they're not gonna sit back. That's not Sassuolo. They're just coming for us. They will.
So they're gonna open up, and we look like we're trying to contain and maybe counter
Yeah.
attack.
That lineup looks like we're gonna contain. You know, just hope we get that goal. We just tied it up at the back. You know, and grind it out. You know, we can't. Like, if we don't win today, it's gonna be peak. Like let's be honest. If you don't win today, you're just moving everything towards you need to beat Lazio and Fiorentina on the last day, and that's not good because you messed up against Bologna. You throw away your one, you know what do you want to call it, joker card. It's done. Like it's done. There's no free pass anymore. Like if you won against Bologna and you drew today, okay, fine. You still have two.
That would have been
shots
acceptable.
at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still have 2 shots at it before those 2 games. But now you messed up. Now you need to win 3. If Fiorentina and like all those teams win their other games in hand, like you need to look at yourself. Win 3, you're in. If the others drop points, fine, but you need to win 3. That needs to be on your mind.
But
no, you go.
yeah, sorry. It seems as if though we perform best when there's a bit of pressure put on us. So maybe this is just what we need right now. Yeah, the nothing games. Oh, we're last week. It doesn't really matter. We're in comfortable position. We slip. You know, like even at the beginning of the season, the match against Sassuolo didn't really mean much, and we let it slip.
Yeah, maybe when the pressure is on, but like I've seen that Bologna game. I don't know if the Fiorentina game was in between that, but that was different. Like we had a 1-0 lead going into that game. Like it's.
But we still had to win that.
Yeah.
Or at least tie 0-0, right? Like,
yeah, but like if it plays differently because Fiorentina needed to come big time because they were a goal down, and they usually open up as a team. Like that's who they are, but they open up big time, and I was kind of. Yeah. I'm still surprised how easy that was in the first half for us. But we had a 1-0 lead. That's a bit different. Like in the back of your mind, you're like, even if we mess up early, we still at home. We have that 1-0 lead. You know, it's different. Today, if you mess up at the beginning, there's no 1-0 lead. Like you need to come back from it, and that's when I have an issue with the squad. But again, he doesn't have any players at his disposal. That's what he has. That's it. Unless you want to use Sule, who's not in the squad, or Miretti, that's it. That's your squad.
Yeah. And now, I don't know if these are fanboys or trollers, but we got a couple shouts here from Moise Keane. One's Justin, so that's a troll. But I don't know if he's for me here on my side with Keane. Or
no, he's taking the piss. He's taking the piss. I don't know that the camera angle is not correct, but I cannot change it now. It's impossible. This formation should be better. Chesney, Rugani, De Ligt, Bonucci, De Sciglio, Rabiot, Zaccaria, Danilo, Bernardeschi, Morata, Keane. It's not. And I think Dybala's mind is someone else, but Keane is trash this season. I'm sorry. Like even with I have Dybala with his mind at Inter rather than Keane. Like I'm sorry.
I tried to hype him up there a couple weeks ago. It didn't work out.
You did your best, but I cannot watch Keane play. I'm sorry. And Dybala's frustrating me, but that's the club's fault, not his fault. That he's not with his mind into the game. But no, I still pick Dybala over Keane any day of the week. But yeah, let me see. Usually Dybala has a good game. Against Sassuolo. Usually. Let's see. I was watching some highlights. I'm like, a free kick goal will be welcome today because that's been forever almost. You know?
Yeah, when was the last time?
I have no idea. And probably it will be not forever, but it feels like forever. Because usually...
it was Quadrado, wasn't it? It deflected in?
Oh, yeah. Was that a free kick?
I think so.
I'm confused, but
I don't know,
usually...
The chat's
remember Pirlo, Pjanic, Dybala, like those balls, like every 3 games.
It's different, yeah.
Every 3 games we had one. Now it's not even close. Um, yeah.
Like I was watching the Roma game this weekend too, and like Pellegrini, I remember him scoring against us,
Yeah, it
and
was a
he
beauty.
almost got another really nice. Like it was close, he didn't put it in, but I mean, you watch a guy like Pellegrini. Why can't we have somebody that will do at least that much, right? That's
Yeah.
what kind of bothers me.
Ryan saying, I know Keane is trash, but with Dybala as an attacker, there's a chance that he will not help Morata counter-attacking. It's no problem. Like, even with Keane, Vlahovic, our counter-attack stinks anyway. So, you don't need to worry about that. We have no counter-attack system. And people think there is no system. There is. Like, there actually is. Like, we make the wrong decisions time and time again. That's on coaching, but it's also then the quality of the players, of course. But it's also on coaching. Like if you're set up as a counter-attack team, the players need to know what they need to do in transition. We have no clue what we need to do in transition. It's just freestyling. So, I don't know. Let me see. I saw a comment, but yeah, I lost. I saw a comment. It's gone. But yeah. So that's that. Can't send Dybala. Let me see. Edgar saying, Nedved can't stand Dybala. Reason Dybala has more natural talent than him. Nedved, but Nedved was more hardworking, and at Grinta does not better. That's not why. That's not the reason why. That's not the reason why he doesn't like Dybala. Not at all. The
I mean
reason.
that's a reason to maybe not like him, but not prefer his style of play.
Yeah, like has he more natural talent? I think people forget how good Nedved was actually.
Yeah, there's always that recency bias as well.
He won the Ballon d'Or for a reason. And people say Thierry Henry, that was like only Arsenal fans say Thierry Henry that day. He scored goals in the FA Cup and stuff. Like Nedved had almost the same amount of goals and assists. Like that season, Nedved, if he wasn't suspended for the final against Milan, we probably would have won that because he was the best player in Europe that season. He was. I think people forget how good he actually was, Nedved. He was unbelievable. But that's not the reason why. The reason why, not Dybala, the club, not hates, made the decision is he struggles with being fit, you know? That's it. In Europe, it's not the big guy we expected him to be, or we want him to be. He ain't that. And the money, it is was. They made a decision, they went Vlahovic. Hey, yeah, everybody's coming for Edgar, Nedved's comments. Because he's Julian's favorite player ever. That's why he became a Juve fan. Julian, by the way. Because of Nedved.
Oh,
So that's telling in terms of the impact he had on people growing up. Because he was unbelievable. Like, he's one of my favorites also. He was unbelievable. Like, he could take a shot from, oh my god. Like, if you think of the shots, the goals he scored from outside of the box, and you think at the players we have now in our midfield, it's actually hilarious thinking about it, you know? Because we often come in good positions to take a shot, and it's like, it's Rabiot, we know what's gonna happen, or it's Arthur,
or
nothing is gonna happen.
Or they try to push it out to the wings, or they just stop, turn around, and put it back to the defense.
Yeah, but
Like, there's just no attempts, no creativity from those positions.
yeah, but Nedved, no. Like the chat is coming for Edgar. Good thing that Julian's not on today.
I like when the chat turns on itself.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Nedved was special, man. He was unbelievable. I think he is one of the best midfielders we have had at the club ever. He is like clear, easy. He was unbelievable, actually unbelievable. But yeah, we don't have Nedved. We have Zakaria and Danilo today in midfield.
We have Nedved looking up with his very disconcerted look.
Yeah. We have so we have that. That's our team. We went over it. But I will say this. Okay, I will say this. Let's say we don't win today. Let's say we get a point. You know, it's 1-1. I don't know. We get a point. How do you think the feeling will be? Forget about the fan base because we know that. How will it be surrounding the club, in the club, players and stuff like that, moving to the Venezia game, knowing the other teams drop points behind you.
They should be used to it, I think, because they've done this all season. It's just this time they played the last game of the week instead of playing the first one. So, I mean, maybe that has an effect, but they know the consequences. I think they know how to get their head up when need be. Like I said earlier, when it really comes push to shove, or when push comes to shove, then yeah, they pull up their socks and go. So if they lose this one or tie this one, then yeah, Venezia, they just have to absolutely trash them, because then they have to. So I think the locker room, I don't know. There's enough veterancy in the locker room that I don't think it will crush the team. They'll be able to pick up their socks and go still.
Okay, but because I have a bad feeling about today, by the way. But you know what it is?
You always do, though.
You win the next 3, you can rest for the Coppa Italia final. It doesn't matter. You can lose the last 2 games. I don't care. Just get healthy for the Coppa Italia final. Whilst Inter is most likely gonna play until the last game of the season, or the yeah, maybe if Milan win all their games, you know, it's an advantage for us. It sounds sad, because usually we are fighting for the title, but it's a reality. It's our reality at the moment. So I think that needs to be the, how do you want to say that, incentive within the team, within the squad. Yeah. Allegri is giving to the players, saying, win 3, you're in, you get some rest. For the Coppa Italia final, we charge up and we try to win that. But it's win 3 now. Again, the squad, it is what it is. Like, injuries, they're falling like flies this season. It's actually unbelievable. And Romeo said there's gonna be change in the medical staff. That's step 1. But I think step 2, there's something wrong with our training method. Like, I'm not saying how Allegri needs to train in terms of tactically on all those things, but maybe something like Evra, Dani Alves, all those players said the same thing. Like, training is insane. Like, even before the night before the Champions League game, it's insane. He said, I was shocked. Dani Alves said, like, I was shocked. Like, that was not a good idea. And you can feel it, he said. Like, usually, he said the last game, the week before the Champions League final, but especially the few days before, he said it was just chill. Like, shooting on goal, some running, stretching, tactical, but not hard work. And I'm like, that makes sense, to be honest. Like, it's the end of the season. If your fitness is not up there at the end of the season, like, forget about it. The last day is not going to make a change to that. Like, it is what it is. So, maybe there is something that needs to be changed. Because this is not normal.
They specifically said, though, not the training staff, I believe.
No, yeah, they said not Allegri's loyalists, so his friends, or like the ones he worked with for many years. Those not.
So not DeShelio and not Rabiot. Those are the loyalists.
The coaching staff, in terms of coaching staff. But the medical staff, yeah. But then the athletic training staff, so the guys who probably do the fitness coaching. Like, Allegri's not out there screaming at the boys to make the beep test or do the beep test every morning. That's not Allegri's job. Like, he doesn't show up for that, most likely.
He sets the schedule, though, saying you will do these kind of conditioning drills on this day, or you'll do these skilled.
No, also not, to be honest. Like, that's actually the fitness coaching. Yeah, he sits around. You don't think,
like, generally saying, like, here's like how I want this schedule, like, throughout the week, like.
Yeah, but the exercises are from the fitness department.
Yeah, you know? He's not getting that specific. No, he's just saying, hey, I want conditioning on this day.
I don't expect Allegri to know how to get players fit. I don't expect him, to be honest. I expect him to be tactically well enough to be a top coach. Like, that's why he has a staff, because he doesn't need to know anything about fitness or medical conditions. That's the medical staff. That's the fitness staff. That's why you have a staff. Like, I don't expect, like, Alex Ferguson, he did almost no coaching. I think people don't know that. He was just the best manager ever. He was unbelievable. But he had coaches surrounding him, and he changed it up every 2 years, 2 to 3 years. He sacked them, he brought a new. So that the players didn't get comfortable with those guys, you know, and lacks of concentration, drop-offs, and all those things. Training, he wasn't training, but he didn't do the training. If you hear ex-players talk, like, it was his staff. He just set up the team, and he was a manager, like a great one. He can motivate anyone apparently. Like, I'm going off like articles I read, videos I watched. Like, so people say Allegri, yeah, it's on him because he picks those guys. It's their friends. Like, but at some point he needs to sit down and say, this is not normal. Look at my squad. There's nobody out left anymore. Like, it's the end. It's May. It's May. Yeah. Saturday. It's 1 May. It's 1 of May. The 1st. Yeah. Sunday. Yeah. And your squad is gone. Your squad is gone. There's nobody left. It's actually unbelievable. It's actually unbelievable.
And perhaps, you know, to put a positive spin to this as well, maybe they didn't change any of these like back end staff members this year because there's already a big shakeup as it was with management and coaching and whatnot. So it's like, keep something stable. Let's work with what we have and get something proper for the next season. Like they probably have people lined up, I imagine.
Oh yeah, most likely, yeah. Like, they should. Like, otherwise, it's it makes no sense. Like, to sack them, you don't sack them, then you go look for one because preseason starts even earlier this year, so you need to have them ready. You do. Yeah. But yeah, we will get predictions in now, and then we talk about the chat. We go to the chat. Some news today. You go first. Everybody in the chat, let us know your prediction for tonight's game. But David, you can go first.
Yeah, so I don't have the best vibes on this one again this week, unfortunately. Just because I know what Sassuolo can do. I think there'll be goals though. So I coughed out last week with the Copa game with a 0-0, so I didn't make any predictions. But this week I'll go 3-2 for Juve. Yeah. I don't know, and I'm still not confident with that, but we will throw down as goal scorers. Rabiot is going to earn his contract tonight and get a goal. Morata will get one, and let's say Vlahovic off the bench.
I'm muted. You're very optimistic, thinking we're going to score 3 goals. That's very optimistic. I'm going to go with, because I've said it, I'm not confident. After the Bologna game, it didn't change after beating Fiorentina. I'm going to say 1-1. And I'm going with Morata to score that goal. I don't think we're going to win today. I just have a bad feeling. You know, Sassuolo, the way they play, looking at our lineup, keeping in mind that Bologna game, Fiorentina, Coppa Italia with a 1-0 lead, it's different. Like, the approach is differently.
Yeah.
I just have that Bologna game in mind, and I'm like, imagine what Sassuolo can do if we play like we did against Bologna. Like, if we play like we did against Bologna, we are down in the first half big time, and we're not coming back from that. You know, we're not. So I'm going 1-1 Morata. Let me see in the chat. Ryan saying 1-1, Mario saying 2-1 Sassuolo, Sava saying Cortomuso, 1-0 Juve. I'll take that. Nevin is saying a tie. Edgar saying 1-0. Zakaria with a shot from distance. I'll take that also. Anna saying 2-0 Zakaria and De Sciglio. Jesus. Stephanie is saying 2-1. Although I see Sassuolo going for a quick counter attack at the end, 2-2. So the home game vibes.
Yeah.
Justin, I didn't pick against Juve. I didn't pick against Sassuolo. That's why I went for a tie. You know, go back to work, I would say. Jockey saying, with no Vlahovic, I think more than one goal for Juve. It will be... Wait. I think more than one goal for Juve. It will be surprised. So 1-0 Juve. Okay, I got it. I'll take anything that is a win. I don't care how.
Yeah.
It can be a last winner, Fiorentina, Coppa Italia, shithouse, own goal. I'll take it. I'll take it. You know, because we need to win. We need to win on Sunday. That's a big step. You know, then you can basically breathe. You know, maybe the other drop points in those 2 games next week. Excuse me. Next weekend, this weekend, and you're in either way. Even you don't need to wait for Genoa, you know. But this week we need to win 2 games. I want to say it's that simple. It is not simple, but it's that forward. But yeah, okay. Because people were talking about the chat, about the news. There's no daily news today, never on a match day. But before we went live, goal France. So basically, the Romeo Cressy, but from PSG. The PSG Romeo Cressy. He tweeted out, or he wrote an article. He said that Juve made an offer for Di Maria. It's a 1-year deal plus an option for another year, 7 million, like the expected figures basically. And I know I've said on the channel many times I want a young player, but when I read it's 1 plus an option, I'm like, yeah, I'm down with it. You know, he's free, and if we can spend for that midfield and even a left back, I'll take Di Maria for a year. I'll take him.
Yeah,
I actually take him.
if it's a 1+1, then yeah, I mean, why not? You got to plug that hole, and he's better than a lot for way cheaper than what you can get out there.
Yeah, I agree. Like, because I keep saying like 50 mils on Yola. No, like if that means you're gonna get Jorginho, then no. That it makes like either way. Like even if it was 20 millions on Yola and we can get Jorginho, then still no for me. But
You just don't want it.
I don't want him. But Di Maria, I will make the exception because he's free. 1+1. If it doesn't work out for 1 year, move on, and you can spend big on your winger, on your young winger, when you spend big this summer on your midfield, on your left back.
And I'll throw this out there too. Di Maria, he is a world-class player playing as a substitute for the most part at PSG. This is his last chance while he's still got some legs in him to go to another, I mean, maybe not as big as PSG, but go to another big team and make his mark. Put his mark on soccer, football history. Perhaps, you know, do a couple years at Juve and then maybe go to New York or something like that. You know,
he wants to go back to his country, but not now. But
yeah,
he has done well. He has done well everywhere you go. I know he left Man U after 1 year, but he played very well at Man U. He left Man U because his house got robbed week in, week out, and he came out and he said, "I'm not living in this country." That's what he said, and fan problems and all those things. So he left, you know. But he played well for Man U. It wasn't a failure in terms of on the pitch because he played well for Man U. He played well for Real Madrid. He did brilliantly for PSG, in my opinion. And when he plays for Argentina, he's still good, in my opinion. And is he better than Bernardeschi? Yeah. Like, yeah. Is he better than Dybala on the wing? Yeah, because Dybala's not a winger, you know? So, I get it.
Is he better than Kane? Yes. Is he better than Berardi? Yes. He's better than like everyone that we've been linked to. He's just the only thing is he is old.
Yeah,
but
he's 34.
Better than everyone else.
Yeah, but if it's 1 year, I get it. You know, Pirlo was old. You know, Chiellini is old. If Chiellini stayed fit, he was signing a new deal this season. If he just could stay fit, that's the issue. We cannot stay fit, that's the issue. But if he only picked up, let's say Chiellini missed, out of the 50 games, he missed 10 with an injury, the club will give him a new deal. I will be sitting here and say, give him a new deal. But he's missing 40 and not 10. It's the other way around.
Yeah. It's just everything's a premium. This is why we bought Vlahovic in January. Because now it's the summer mercato and things are getting expensive.
Yeah.
This is what you get. So, I mean, if you can at least partially see the positives, Di Maria deal at 1+1, I don't know what you're thinking. Like I think this is another good business deal the way it's looking so far.
Yeah, Ryan saying he might become a flop like in Man U. He wasn't a flop at Man U. He played very well at Man U. Like the way why he left. Yeah, but why he left had nothing to do with footballing reasons. Like it actually had to do with his family. His wife came out and said, "It always rains over in Man U. I don't want to stay here." They were depressed. That was the issue, and that's when fans started booing him and all those things. But on the pitch, he was great. He's always been great. But yeah, Justin saying Berardi definitely going to score today. Yeah, most likely.
I believe he spelt it Bumardi.
Yeah, he cannot do that. He hyped him up, so he cannot do it anymore.
Yeah.
Ryan saying he flopped at Real Madrid. He didn't flop at Real Madrid. Di Maria at Real Madrid, the flop. No. No, he was very good at Real Madrid. Then the last season was a bit, and that's why he left, But he was good at Real Madrid. He's a good player. And even if saying so we're going with a 4-3-3 next season, if Di Maria news are true, like even if Di Maria is not true, we want a winger. I think that's obvious. Romeo said it. We want a winger. So you can say I can spend 50 for Anthony, but then you could get Jorginho midfield, or a Fratesi in midfield, or you get Di Maria and you spend on. I'm saying something. Chouamini. I'm just saying a name. Savic.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is now. You need to make a choice. And the club is looking at it, and I hope they say that midfield needs to get a boost again, because you boosted your attack with Vlahovic. You lose Dybala, so you need to improve that. But the midfield is going to stay the same. You got Zakaria, it's a good deal, but he's not the difference maker. Like, he isn't. He's not that big guy, Sava saying Di Maria played 30 league games. Oops. Sava say Di Maria played 30 league matches at any club with a quite poor medical history. His injury record is clean, man. It's actually clean. His injury record is a dream as a player, in my opinion.
This keeps on coming up. It seems like at least a couple times a week where people kind of go on about his medical history. And I don't know if you'd say it's perfect, but it certainly isn't bad, especially for a man his age as well.
You can look it up. You have your laptop in front of you or your computer. Look it up. Like the last, let's say from 2016, 17, 18, you can check. It's been amazing in terms of he gets some niggles, but that's normal. Like every footballer, besides Rabiot, for some reason gets, some issues. Or Ronaldo, he never gets an issue basically. But
yeah.
It's normal that you during a season you miss a few games. Like that's okay, it's fine. But he's not out for 10, 8, 7, 6. Like that's not him. Especially the last 4 or 5 years. You can check.
Okay, so he was out 8 days, 1 game missed for the virus in January. Before that, he missed 3 games in July.
Yeah, but that was for the Copa America. He had vacation.
Yeah. So nothing. February 8th, so he missed 6 games, 25 days with thigh problems last year. Then missed another game in September. Missed 6 games back in March. So again, it's not perfect, but he's not missing half a season. The worst is 6 days. He misses a month once in a while.
But I don't care. Like if that's the case, I'm okay with it. He doesn't, and I don't expect him to play week in week out. Also, I think Allegri will tweak his lineup.
Yeah, and I think he knows that. I think that's part of the saving grace for Di Maria right now is that he isn't playing like 40, 50 games a season.
No,
that's why and he can't. So that is the caveat. I think with getting him is you still need to get.
Yeah, you need to bolster your attack. Yeah, you need to build you need to add different pieces so Allegri can change his formation. And the other solution is not giving Bernardeschi a new deal, if people think that. So he can play on the wing, because today the news came out saying he and his manager are still hoping Juve will contact him. Because
they're not even contacting.
Yeah, but they're hoping, because he's ready to accept a lower wage. I'm like, but the club didn't even contact you. It's May. Like, I don't know. Isn't that really telling, in my opinion? Or are Juve like, we're not going to contact you. You go around. And probably you will come back and we will make our offer. You can accept or you can go.
I don't know. I almost feel, unless they change face here later on, but I almost feel that they're just setting the standard. They're like, no, you're either with us or you're against us. If you think you're bigger than the team and you want to come crawling back once you realize nobody else is giving you the money, no, deal with it. You're done. And, I mean, there's talks with Dybala. Is he going to come around? Because the most he's been offered is 7 mil right now. And he had an 8 mil. And that's the thing. The people believe that he's going to come crawling back because, Juve offered 8, maybe they'll still take me back.
No,
I don't think it matters who you are now. You're done.
No. Yeah, he can come back, or like he can say, the club is not, like, the club moved on. Like, at this point you cannot say, okay, you say. Like, you told the world he's not part of the project. So it's done. If he's going to Inter, I don't know. I don't really care. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I know people have hard feelings about it. I don't care what he does. Like, I wish him the best if he joins the Inter. In terms of health, I wish him the worst on the pitch. In terms of winning stuff, no injuries, but winning stuff. You know, if he wants to join Inter, that's the most easiest thing you can do. Stay in the same country, fight for the same trophies you already won. That's on in. You know, that's it. Canon saying, what is the added value Di Maria will bring? Do we sign him to win the league? I think he will cost a lot, and he's far from his prime. I would stick with plan building with young players. We're not gonna win the Champions League no matter who we bring in next season. So forget about that already. We're not winning the Champions League even if you bring in Anthony and do like you said, build with young players. We're not gonna win. So the goal is win the league next season. Like, don't get driven away. He will cost a lot. I don't agree with that. I don't think he will cost a lot at all. That's one. And I agree. We need to build with young players, but young players cost money. We don't have a shitload of money. We need to improve our midfield, our left back. We need to bring in a center back if Chiellini leaves. We need to buy Morata, maybe not. But you still need to buy someone if he leaves. So, it's not possible. It's just not possible. In an ideal world, you get Savic, you get, I'm saying some, Udogi, Anthony, Russell, I don't care. And you spend 200 million. We don't have 200 million. We don't.
No. And if you want to take examples from any sport, at any team, choose one that has done a rebuild, trying to build with young players. It takes 3 to 5 years to do, and they, on a fairly consistent basis, plug holes for a year or two with older, experienced, skilled players as they use that money they could have otherwise spent. They take that money and put it in where they actually need to develop that young talent. So right now with us, it's in the midfield. If they have a value-added option at right wing in a position that we need, knowing that a rebuild is still a couple years away, that's a management decision, a financial decision that has to be made. And the way I see it, and I think a lot of people are saying, is that this actually does make sense. So from that perspective, that's how you have to look at it. You still need these old players to build the young players.
If we get a quality midfielder, like if the club brings in Di Maria and they turn around and say, "Tada, Jorginho," I'm like, you lied. You actually lied to us.
Yeah,
like,
the future still needs to be played out.
Yeah, then I'm like, this Di Maria deal is not good anymore. Like, it isn't. Because what's the point? I don't know. I don't get it. So we need to wait until the end of the transfer market if Di Maria joins either way.
Yeah.
And
if we're getting Savic and Di Maria's who we plug the hole on the wing, yes.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Jano's saying, do you think we don't need a center back if Chiellini stays? Yes, but we're not getting one. You cannot build your roster up even more and leave players out of the Champions League list paying their wages. That's not gonna happen. That's why I said it's time for Chiellini to move on, so we can bring in the next guy. I like Chiellini. He's one of my favorite players ever. He's top 5 for me. But there's a time of coming, staying at the club, playing, and leaving. And it's time to leave. Like in an ideal world, Rugani leaves. Bonucci leaves. And you build the entire thing up from ground zero again, basically. Because at some point you need to do that, At some point, Rudiger is gone. Yeah. He's not coming. So, Romeo said, I have no info on Chile. So, I don't know.
That was a weird one, too. I think Milinkovic is probably a good secondary one now.
Milinkovic? Who?
Yeah, that's been Milinkovic from...
Fiorentina.
Fiorentina. That's yes, right.
Yeah, Milinkovic. Yeah. He I think he still at the moment is like a last minute thing. Like he has a release clause. You trigger him and trigger it and it's gone. Fiorentina cannot do anything about it. Unless he signs a new deal now and they wipe out the clause. But like I think he's not the last day, but like. Let's say that they cannot bring in someone else, they will go for that. They will trigger that option and they will go for Milinkovic. I believe. Um, but
Yeah,
for
yeah,
now,
that's
it's still early. Like early, it's May now. But like in a normal, if we were fighting for the title, we would not be talking about transfers ever since January. Like it would have been done.
and
We
you've
are
been
doing
saying
it.
that for a month now.
Yeah, we are doing this because we're bad. We know the squad needs to be improved, and so does the media, basically. So we're talking about it, you know. Um, but yeah, I will read out for a few more comments before we wrap it up. I can see 4 o'clock on a Monday is a better hour to do lives, so I will keep that in mind. Um, Jockey saying Gatti will be the fourth choice with Delic, Bonucci, Rugani ahead of him. I think it's okay if Bonucci stays. If Gatti comes in to be the fourth choice, I'll cry. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like Rugani is out of contract in 23. Bonucci should be done in 23 basically. Like he should be the bench
Yeah,
player. You only have the like Gatti. He comes from Serie B. Like
he's unproven.
yeah, like I need the next one, the next man to come in to play with the league, and from and Bonucci can come in and out of the lineup, but from the summer of 23, in an ideal world, it's the league and player X, and that's it. And you build on that, you know.
Yeah.
It's like sentimental, like all those. I don't think anyone is sentimental about Bonucci, or not a lot of people, but like you need to let things go at the end. Like it is what it is. Like Barzali left, we survive. Buffon left, we survive. Del Piero left, you will survive. You will survive. Like it's pointless to keep players who never or hardly play. You know, like Bonucci's not playing at all since January. Like I forgot he's on the roster at times.
Yeah, he's starting to drop off a lot now, even the past couple years, but now more so even in his injury history is starting to catch up with him a bit. And we do need to start building the defense. I almost think here as well, we don't have that big name signing yet that we 100% want. We don't have that next Delict, for instance, because when you just like Vlahovic, there's another name. We will get that. That defender has not come out yet. And I almost feel like the team is waiting and they're doing more short-term solutions until that name pops out.
Yeah, I agree. That's why when Romeo said I have no info, I'm like, ooh. But it's not because Romeo has no info that it's not true. Because again, I translate news of Paulo from Paulo, not Molo. He's not like he can be a complete faker, you know. He can be full of shit, but he tweets Facebook. He puts Facebook posts out weeks in advance, and then the news starts to drip in via the media. Like so, something I don't know. He has some information, you know. I'm saying he has all the information, but he has some. And we just need to wait, you know. We just need to wait. I think once the season ends, it will go quickly in terms of you will get a bigger view of he's leaving, he's out, and we're looking at that group of players, and that's gonna be it, you know. But for now,
3 weeks from now, it's gonna blow up.
Yeah, Jockey saying the centre back market is so expensive for a good player. There is so giving Gatti a year to settle in to be the third choice. The year after maybe, but that's what we said. Going off Bonucci's injury record, the guy who comes in is gonna play a lot. Unless you want Rugani to play a lot next season, I don't think anyone wants that. I don't want that. Yeah, but like with Bonucci's injury record now, that's gonna be it. You know, the third man up, the fourth man up, they will play a lot of games like Rugani did this season. You know, like he played almost 2 months, big games. He played big games, and he didn't mess up until the biggest game. He messed up.
I want to say he's played more for Juve this year than he has in any previous year.
Yeah, because
that was not planned. I don't think. Yeah, that was not in the cards. It just so happened because of injuries.
Yeah, I will read on the last one and then we will wrap it up. Savin saying I want Fagioli next year. Am I crazy?
I wouldn't say you're crazy.
Not crazy, but like
he's an exciting young talent. But
you're wishful hoping.
He's undercooked still. So
yeah, he's not gonna. He's not gonna stay. If any of the youngsters is gonna stay, I think it's gonna be Sule. Especially if Bernardeschi also leaves. I think he will be the guy who's gonna stay in the first team. It's just a feeling, you know. Or Sevas saying starting. No, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. So if any of the youngsters, and not including Rovella, but maybe he will stay, but I still don't think he's gonna stay. I think it will be Sule if Bernardeschi leaves, you know. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was a preview slash transfer show. Today, or after the game, me and Justin have a match reaction, but Julian will be live about an hour after kickoff. So he will take a time to relax. Let's see if we win or not. But he will be live like an hour after kickoff. So it's prediction. It's reaction, live, and then yeah, the usual stuff. The next coming days. Yeah. So big game. I said 1-1. David said 3-2. Let's see who get it right. I never got a Juve score right this season. That's like I got other teams right. I don't get Juve right for some reason. I mess it up. But yeah, thanks everybody for watching on a Monday, a few hours before kickoff for everyone. Like it's 5 o'clock over here. So thanks Davide for joining, because I know you need to go to work in a few, in a few.
No, in a few hours I'm good.
Yeah.
I still got a bit. I'm all right.
But thanks for waking up and coming on the show once again.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure. And then you guys, as I said, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will be back 1 hour. Let's say 1 hour after the game ends with a live. Julian will do the live. Thanks for joining, and we'll see you later on. Ciao.